This is a SimLab 8 default gateway. So the incident report tells us that branch employees cannot access any data center applications after a new switch and router are installed. So a new switch and router have been installed at the branch office. And so these hosts are on VLAN 10, and there's a group of them. And this is the data center router, and there's server 1. So that's what we know. So to start with, I'm going to send a ping from branch 1 router to server 1. So I'm going to start here. This is the new router. I'm going to send a ping from here to server 1. So that sends its 60%. So when it does 60, send it again. It's probably going to work. So 100%, 5 out of 5. So that works. So from branch 1 to server 1, there is layer 3 connectivity. So routing is working. So the next step is to go to the next one, and I'm going to ping from host to the WAN interface of a branch 1 router. I'm going to go from here to here and test this connectivity. And they're all in the same VLAN, so I can select any host. So this WAN interface is 2.1. So this is the 1 interface. This WAN link is the 2.0 interface. And this is the 3 interface. So I've gone to 1.0, so that's 2.1. So I've tested right to the WAN interface. And I'm getting requests timed out, so that did not work. So there's no layer 3 connectivity from here to here. So the next thing is I'm going to send a ping from host 1 to FA00. That's the LAN interface of branch 1. And that is configured as 4.1. So it's doing the same thing. It's going to send 4 pings, and it's to this interface here. This is called the default gateway interface. It's where all packets are forwarded for routing services. So I'm getting requests timed out there as well. So no packets were received, so there's no connectivity from host to the inside interface. So the next thing to do is to verify interfaces on the switches. So there's 3. There's 0.1 connected to host 1, 1.1 connects to host 2, and then 2.1. So I want to verify all those interfaces. Make sure they're operational. And they are operational. So you match them up. 0.1 is this one here. Layer 1 and layer 2 is up. 1.1, that's that one, it's up and up. And 2.1 is up and up. So they're all operational, layer 1, layer 2 with those interfaces. So the next thing I'm going to do is verify some VLAN information. Make sure they're all in the same VLAN. So there's VLAN 10, and it's active, and it's been assigned to 0.1, 1.1, and 2.1. So those are our 3 interfaces there, 0.1, 1.1, and 2.1. They're all in VLAN 10. When you have a default gateway, you have to have all of the hosts in a VLAN share a single default gateway, and another VLAN would be assigned to another default gateway. So it's important to know that. One default gateway per VLAN. So that's fine there, and then on to IP address. So now I want to know what this IP address is. So now I'm at IP addressing. So I'm at the host, and I'll run ipconfig. want to know how this is configured. There's the MAC address and there's the link local IP6 address. So it's got 1.1 and it's got a 255 mask. So that's a Class C default subnet mask and it's assigned to 1.1. It's got a default gateway of 1.3. So that's where the problem is, the default gateway. It's configured for 1.3. And that would be correct. It should be in the same subnet. The problem is the branch router has an incorrect IP address on FA00. It's in the wrong subnet. So I'm going to go back to branch 1. And I want to look at 00. So there's 00. That's the LAN interface. As mentioned there, that's the inside interface there, 00. And it is on subnet 4.1. So it's in a different subnet than VLAN 10. And so it can't, that won't work as a default gateway. It has to be in the same subnet. So to fix it, go to the interface. To configure terminal first. And then interface FA00. Oh, wrong one. So I'm on the correct interface, and now I'm going to IP address. I'm going to change it. 192.168.1.3, and with the correct subnet mask as well. So that worked well. Now I'm going to go show run. And 00, so there it is. So it's got 1.3, so it's in the correct 1 subnet, 1.0 subnet. So it's assigned to 1.3, and that should work fine. So this is 1.1, this is 1.2, and this is 1.3. So now I'm going to send a ping all the way to server 1. And there it is, it works. 192.168.3.1. So it works, there it is, 3.1. So now what I'm going to do is, just to verify web applications, for example, we'll send request over there for that application. And it works. So that fixed the problem, default gateway. So that concludes default gateway, and the next lab is DHCP server.